Let's see how our fun stands today. Now, yesterday, which a year ago yesterday, was Thanksgiving, as you know. I've gone through that all this week. I'm sure you're aware of that by now. But we were 153,000 yesterday against 150,000 a year ago, you see. So we were very, very pleased with that. And the girls are going to work tomorrow, the extra girls, because they feel they want to get as much of this mail open before Thanksgiving Day so that everybody has an opportunity to be in there for the drawings for the wonderful gifts. Let's see how our fun stands today. $160,524.68. 2 cents, Clifford, 2 cents. And another dime for that contribution here. Dime, Robert.
I only have a quarter and change.
Well, we'll take that. That's all right. That's wonderful. So, you see, next Thursday is the first big day, the first big telephone day, where we make 40 telephone calls, and all these beautiful gifts will go out to our people who are making the fun possible again this year. You know, this morning I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said to me, if you should ever leave Wlw or leave the 50 Club, what would happen to the Christmas fund? I said, don't ever mention that to me. Don't ever say that to me if you don't want me to just crack up and die. Now, I'm sure that somebody would carry it on because it is such a worthwhile thing and it has done so much and meant so much to so many hospitals and sick children. But I don't even like to think about that, you see. I'm like Scarlett O'Hara. I'll think about that tomorrow. Today I got something else to think about.
It's done so much good, though. I can see where they would think about that. Seriously.
I guess so, yes. This man mentioned this to me. He said, you can't go on forever. I said, who said I can't? I refuse to die. I just have too much to do here. I can't...
Maybe you could contact that woman, that doctor, then Dick Tracy.
I don't know about that.
You don't read that?
No.
Well, she has discovered a way of taking a young heart and taking it out of a young person, and they put it in some kind of lead thing, and then they can transplant that into someone who's older, and they're young again. They got a man 92 years old who can run the mile in less than 4 minutes. And,
I never could run a mile in less than 4 minutes when I was young. So I don't think that will help me, Bobby.
Well, that may happen in the future.
Oh, it could.
It may.
Mm-hmm. Except what about the rest of the body? It's still a 94-year-old man, you know.
Well,
Does the heart take care of all of that?
Yeah.
What about those tired old lungs and...
Now, I'll tell you what we'll do next.
What did I say?
Never mind, Marion. Just let it. Just leave it alone. Just forget it. You meant those tired old lungs.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, no matter how hard you try, people are always looking for something to laugh at that they shouldn't laugh at. You know that? A lady wrote to me, and she said, I know something you haven't done for 2 or 3 years. She said, you used to do it, and it was very effective. Used to sing a little song. She had all the words for us. I had forgotten them completely. I did remember after I read it, you know. We used to sing a little song to the tune of Frere Jacques, you know. Da 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 da. Dormez-vous, yeah, but we have our own words. And I thought the idea is not to wait. Send in your contribution, your name, your telephone number, and if you don't have a phone, say so. Send it in today. If you would just say, today is the day I must do it. Not tomorrow, not the next day. Do it now. That's the way the words go, you know. And I thought, I'll make my big announcement first. I can make it today.
Oh, you mean about the other prize?
On the Christmas show. Now, you know, our top prize on the Christmas show in the adult group is a beautiful Chevrolet station wagon from our dear friend Carl Gatchett, you know. This is his what did he tell me, 16th year that he has given us a Chevrolet or a car, you know.
Not a stripped-down model,
a beautiful
whole thing.
You know, if you say that again, I'm going to faint. You say that every time I mention this car, you always say, not a stripped-down. It makes me laugh. I think of a strip-teaser.
Well, I'll tell you why I do that. A lot of people give cars away, and they make a big fancy announcement. When the people get it, though, it doesn't have a radio, it doesn't have a heater, it's got black wall tires, little hubcaps.
Everything in there. The radio, the heater,
automatic
drive, white wall tires, everything.
Thing.
Most beautiful model you complete, exactly. Right. Now, this is the top prize in our adult group, you see. This will go to an adult. Right. Next to that will be the $1,500 cash from our good friends at Fell's Company, you see. Right. $1,500 cash. Oh, wowie. Would you like to win that?
Oh, I should say I would.
What would you do if you won $1,500?
Pay a few little bills that have been laying there looking at me.
In the bowl?
Yeah.
Now, today we announced, the reason we couldn't announce this before, this had to go through a lot of channels and so forth, and I would not announce it until I had it all in writing. Not that I didn't trust these darling men, I did. But I have to have all these things completely in writing, you know, exactly what it is. But we have now added to the Christmas show, the Holiday Hello show, the top prize in the teenage group. And you know what it is? It's a Comet two-door sedan. In the teenage group. Isn't that wonderful? And this is from the Lincoln Mercury dealers throughout this area, and they said they were so sorry that they hadn't gotten a... You know, in a big company like that, you know, it has to go to this person for approval, and then the board had to meet and so forth. But imagine that now. Some teenager between the age of 13 and 19, or 20 is our end of our teenage group, between the age of 13 and 20 will be the proud possessor on the Sunday before Christmas of a brand new Comet. And that's a darling car.
It's a two-door sedan.
Two-door sedan, and it'll be a beautiful car, I assure you that. So I want you to tell all of the teenagers about this, because many of them... I could never begin to even estimate the number of teenagers now who were once recipients of the Christmas fund years ago in the hospitals, you see. And they have a great, we get many contributions from them. But add this little special note to them. Tell all your teenage sons and daughters about this. I remember last year we had a car as the top prize in the teenage group, you know. And a young boy up in Columbus won it. And this boy was a boy who had had a lot of trouble in his home, a lot of hardship. This was like a new world opened up for this boy, you know?
A lady wrote me yesterday and asked a question which you could answer very easily. She says that she has 4 children, and each of the 4 children wants to take a part of his allowance and donate it to the Christmas fund. And she wants to know if she can put the entire amount plus each of their names in one envelope and mail it in instead of sending it 4 separate things.
It would be much more simple if she would put them each on a separate piece of paper and put them all in one envelope.
In the same envelope,
yes. Oh, yes, because we take that out of there, you see. Mm-hmm. And that's where we draw, you see, from what's inside of the envelope, not from the envelope itself, you see.
She thought it would be better
That's why I say inside, be sure you put all the pertinent information. Your name, your address, your phone number if you don't have a phone, or if you're going to be someplace else on Thanksgiving, put that phone number, or if you're going to be out on the Sunday of December 22nd, a different phone number, put that, and put the age of the child and the age of the teenager.
How about checks and money orders now?
Checks and money orders are made out to the Ruth Lyons Christmas Fund. That's the way the fund is banked in the bank, you know, and that's the way they go through, checks and money orders. And the address is Ruth Lyons, Wlw, Cincinnati 2, Ohio, and down in the corner of the envelope, this does speed up the handling of the mail a great deal, put child, teen, or adult. If you'll do that, that will help us a great deal because the girls are working very, very hard, very, very hard, and we want to get as much mail opened as possible before the drawing next Wednesday afternoon. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised if you would see how excited everybody gets around here when we make these drawings.
True.
You know, we go down, a whole group goes down to this great big room, and our building superintendent this year fixed a remarkable room for us where we have big cartons like of the teenage male names the children's names, the adult names. We have numbers of those, and that's all locked up carefully, all the time. And then we go in there, and such fun as we have shuffling, and sometimes we dump them all out and walk among them, so that even if your contribution came in 2 months ago or if it came in today, you have an equal opportunity of that name being drawn, you see. And then I let the girls who work on the fund do the actual drawing, because I feel they're the ones who have done the work, and boy, do they love to do that. They just love to do that. They reach in there, and we list every one of the gifts in an envelope, sealed envelope, printed on there, and then as the name is drawn, we don't know what's in the envelope. We just put them all on the line, put the name opposite that, you see, and nobody knows who wins what. And the only people who know are Elsa and Mickey. Then they scuttle off up to the office, lock the door, and type.